Hello all. In this video, we'll have a look at a very interesting concept called absolute value. So what is an absolute value? Absolute value of a real number x is the non-negative value of x without regard to its sign. For example, the absolute value of a negative number minus 3 is 3 and the absolute value of a positive number 7 is 7. We represent this as absolute value of minus 3 equal to 3 and this is represented as absolute value of 7 equal to 7. Okay, the absolute value of a number may also be thought of as its distance from 0. For this, let's consider number line. Here, the number 3 is at a distance of 3 units from 0, right? And the number minus 3 is at a distance of 3 units from 0. Okay, we know that distance is always positive, and also from the definition we see that an absolute value is also positive. Okay, so I can represent the distance of minus 3 from 0 as absolute value of minus 3 and the distance of 3 from 0 as absolute value of 3, right? So if I say absolute value of x is equal to 3, then uh, we can write this as x is equal to 3 or x is equal to minus 3, right? Since we have absolute value of x means the distance of x from 0, and when the distance of x from 0 is 3, the 2 points which are at a distance of 3 units from 0 are 3 and minus 3. So in general, if absolute value of x is equal to a, then it implies x is at a distance of a units from 0. Hence, x is equal to a or x is equal to minus a. Okay. If absolute value of x represents the distance from 0, how do we represent the distance from a number other than 0? Okay. So here, if a is a number, then the distance of x from a is represented by absolute value of x minus a. Let's consider an example, absolute value of x minus 2 equal to 3. This means x is at a distance of 3 units from 2. Okay, that is x is at a distance of 3 units from 2. Okay, so the values of x will be either equal to the values of x will be equal to 5 or minus 1, since these are the two numbers which are at a distance of 3 units from 2, right? This is 3 units and this is also 3 units. Hence, we get the values of x as either equal to minus 1 or equal to 5, right? Let's have a look at another inequality. Absolute value of x minus 2 is less than 3 units, right? In this case, x is at a distance less than 3 units from 2, right? So this means x is at a distance less than 3 units from 2. So what are our values of x? Uh, all those values between minus 1 and 5, since these are the points which are at a distance less than 3 units from 2, these form our values of x. So we have minus 1, less than x, less than 5, right? Okay, similarly we can also find out the values of absolute value of x minus 2 when it's greater than 3. So I hope this particular concept on distance from a number other than 0 is clear. So we know what is absolute value of x, we know what is absolute value of x minus a, Now what do we mean by absolute value of x minus a plus absolute value of x minus b? To understand this, let's represent our number line. Here, the distance of x from a is represented by absolute value of x minus a, and the distance of x from b is represented by absolute value of x minus b. Here we see that absolute value of x minus a plus absolute value of x minus b is the sum of the distance of x from a and b. Hence we have absolute value of x minus a plus absolute value of x minus b is the sum of the distance of x from the two numbers a and b, right? Let's now try to solve an equation for x. The equation is absolute value of x plus 2 plus absolute value of x minus 3 is equal to 7, right? We can write this as absolute value of x minus 2 plus absolute value of x minus 3 equal to 7. So here we are trying to calculate that value of x whose sum of the distance from minus 2 and 3 is 7. So representing this on the number line, now looking for that value of x whose sum of the distance from minus 2 and 3 equal to 7 gives us x is equal to 4, right? Because 4 is at a distance of 1 unit from 3 and 6 units from minus 2. Its total distance from 3 and minus 2 being 7 units. Similarly, we have minus 3 to be the other value. Hence, x is equal to minus 3 or x is equal to 4 form the values of this particular equation, right? Now there's one important point to be noted, that is absolute value of x minus a plus absolute value of x minus b is minimum when x lies between a and b and the minimum value is equal to absolute value of b minus a. For example, the minimum value of the expression absolute value of x plus 2 plus absolute value of x minus 3 is 3 minus of minus 2, which is equal to 5, right? And this minimum value occurs for all those values of x which are greater than or equal to minus 2 and less than or equal to 3. Okay, so I hope this particular video on absolute value is clear. In my next video we'll try to solve some problems on absolute value. Thanks for watching.